At 76, Richard Gere lives a life that looks nothing like the one people imagined for him at the peak of his fame. Once the face of romance in films like Pretty Woman, he could have easily remained at the center of Hollywood's spotlight. Instead, he stepped away, deliberately. Not because he failed or faded, but because he chose a different path. Today, his life in Madrid is quieter, more grounded, and far removed from red carpets and flashing cameras. This shift wasn't sudden. It was the result of decades of inner searching. While others chased fame and fortune, Gere gradually moved toward something less visible, but more meaningful. His journey is not about loss, but about redefining success on his own terms. Roots of a restless seeker. Born in Philadelphia and raised in a small town in New York, Gere grew up in a modest, compassionate household. His father's quiet integrity and his mother's warmth shaped his early values. Yet even as a child, he felt a sense of restlessness, like something deeper was calling him. He excelled in school, music, and sports, but none of it fully satisfied him. In college, he chose philosophy, not for practicality, but for meaning. He was searching for answers to questions many people avoid. What is life for? What matters most? That curiosity set him apart. It also planted the seeds for the choices he would later make, choices that would eventually pull him away from Hollywood's expectations and toward a more introspective life. Finding spiritual direction. In his early 20s, Gere discovered Buddhism, and it changed everything. What began as curiosity soon became a lifelong commitment. Meditation, mindfulness, and compassion became central to his identity. Meeting the Dalai Lama deepened this connection, offering him a perspective that challenged both his personal life and his acting career. While Hollywood often thrives on ego and image, Buddhism encouraged him to let go of both. This contrast created tension, but it also gave him clarity. Gere didn't treat spirituality as a trend. He immersed himself in it fully. He traveled, learned, and practiced consistently. This spiritual foundation would later guide his biggest decisions, especially when fame and personal values began to collide. Rise to global fame. The late 1970s and 1980s brought Gere immense success. Films like American Gigolo and An Officer and a Gentleman turned him into one of Hollywood's most recognizable leading men. His charm, confidence, and screen presence made him a global icon. Audiences admired him, and studios relied on him. By the time Pretty Woman was released, his status was undeniable. He wasn't just an actor, he was a symbol of romance and sophistication. Yet, behind the scenes, he was already questioning the world he had entered. The fame was powerful, but it didn't answer the deeper questions he had carried since youth. Even at the height of his career, he felt the pull toward something more meaningful than applause and box office success. When values clash with power, Gere's activism, especially his support for Tibetan human rights, marked a turning point in his career. Speaking openly about political issues, particularly involving China, had consequences. Hollywood, increasingly tied to global markets, became cautious. Opportunities that once came easily began to disappear. Projects fell through, and his presence in major studio films declined. But Gere didn't back down. For him, staying silent would have meant betraying his beliefs. While others might have chosen compromise, he accepted the cost of speaking out. This period wasn't about rejection, it was about alignment. He chose to live according to his values, even if it meant stepping away from the mainstream success he once enjoyed. Love, loss, and lessons. Gere's personal life reflected a similar pattern of growth and change. His high-profile marriage to Cindy Crawford captured public attention, but it eventually ended as both individuals evolved in different directions. Later, his marriage to Carrie Lowell brought stability for a time and introduced him to fatherhood. Yet, even that relationship faced challenges. These experiences weren't failures, they were lessons. Each relationship helped him understand himself more deeply. Over time, he realized that true connection required more than attraction or shared success. It needed alignment in values and lifestyle. This understanding would later shape the more grounded and fulfilling relationship he eventually found. A different kind of success. As Hollywood roles became fewer, Gere shifted toward independent films and meaningful projects. Instead of chasing blockbusters, he chose stories that challenged him. Films like Chicago and Arbitrage showcased his depth as an actor and earned critical recognition. More importantly, they allowed him to work on his own terms. This phase of his career wasn't about reclaiming fame, it was about refining purpose. He proved that success doesn't always mean visibility. Sometimes it means doing work that aligns with who you are. In stepping away from mainstream expectations, he found a quieter but more satisfying form of achievement. Love redefined. Later in life, in his mid-60s, Gere met Alejandra Silva, and this relationship marked a new chapter. Unlike his earlier experiences, this partnership was built on shared values and mutual understanding. They married in 2018, and soon after, he became a father again, this time in his late 60s and early 70s. Fatherhood at this stage of life brought a different perspective. It wasn't about proving anything, it was about being present. Gere embraced this role fully, prioritizing his family above all else. His life slowed down, but in that slowing, he found clarity. Love for him became less about intensity and more about consistency and care. Choosing a quiet life in Madrid. In recent years, Gere moved to Madrid with his family, stepping even further away from Hollywood. The move wasn't about escape, it was about balance. In Spain, he found something rare: privacy. He could walk the streets, spend time with his children, and live without constant attention. This environment allowed him to focus on what truly mattered: family, health, and inner peace. The decision reflects a broader shift in his life, from public recognition to personal fulfillment. While he still takes on selective projects, his priorities are clear. He no longer measures success by visibility, but by the quality of his daily life. Health, age, and awareness. As he has grown older, Gere has become more aware of time and its limits. Health challenges, including a serious illness in recent years, reminded him of life's fragility. These experiences didn't slow him down in a negative way, they sharpened his focus. He became more intentional with his time, choosing moments over milestones. His role as a father to young children at this age adds urgency, but also joy. He understands that what he offers them isn't material, it's presence, guidance, and love. This awareness has deepened his commitment to living fully in each moment rather than chasing future achievements. A legacy beyond Hollywood. Gere's legacy is no longer tied solely to his films. Through his activism, philanthropy, and personal choices, he has built something broader. He has supported humanitarian causes, advocated for human rights, and used his platform thoughtfully. He has also made it clear that his wealth will go toward meaningful initiatives rather than being passed down traditionally. For him, legacy is about impact, not inheritance. It's about what you contribute, not what you accumulate. This perspective reflects the values he has cultivated over decades, a belief that true success lies in helping others and living with integrity. The true meaning of success. Richard Gere's life offers a powerful reminder. Success and meaning are not always the same. He experienced fame at the highest level, yet chose to step away in search of something deeper. His journey shows that fulfillment often requires letting go of expectations, of status, and sometimes even of opportunity. By choosing values over validation, he created a life that feels authentic to him. Today, his greatest achievements are not awards or box office numbers, but the quiet moments he shares with his family. In the end, His story is not about leaving Hollywood. It's about finding himself.